the lobster from the tree.
Jesus and his disciples were on their way to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. Jesus knew that it would be his last journey there. Other pilgrims joined them as they came near to the beautiful city of Jericho. All around was barren desert and the wasteland by the Dead Sea, where no green thing grew. But because of its freshwater springs, Jericho was green with sweet-smelling balsam trees and fruitful date palms. Tax collectors made a good living in that city, and none more than Zacchaeus, their chief. But he was not happy, although he was rich. Everyone despised and insulted him. They knew that he lined his pockets with their hard-earned money, as well as passing it on to the hated Roman rulers. Zacchaeus had heard about Jesus, the wonderful teacher who changed people's lives.
Let me see.
How he wished that he could see him. But crowds had already lined the city street, and if he tried to squeeze through, he would get nothing but kicks and sharp elbows. If he stayed where he was at the back, he would see nothing. He was too short. Zacchaeus glanced up at the fig tree that grew beside the street and decided what to do. A few minutes later, as the little procession was arriving, he was surveying the scene below from the vantage point of a strong branch. Jesus and his followers came level with the tree, and Zacchaeus held his breath. Then Jesus stopped and, looking straight up at his hiding place, called out,
Zacchaeus, you come down!
I'm having dinner with you today. Zacchaeus came down a good deal faster than he had gone up. Brushing leaves and twigs from his stained robe, he went hesitantly forward. The unkind mutters of the crowd reached his ears. Why should Jesus go to dinner with him? Everybody knows he's a crook. But Jesus put his hand on Zacchaeus' shoulder, and together they went towards his fine home. No one knows what Jesus said over dinner, but when they both came out again, the waiting crowd could see that Zacchaeus was a changed man. He stepped boldly forward and said, "Lord, I'm going to give you half of all I have to help the poor. If there's anyone I've robbed," and his eyes went from one to another in the crowd, "well, I'll pay him back 4 times as much as I took." Jesus turned to the amazed crowd. "It's people like Zacchaeus I came to find," he said. "I came to look for those who have strayed away from God and bring them back to him."
The end.